Hello, one and all. Welcome to another episode of MMA Vision Analysis. This one, I'm here to talk about the possibility of a Colby Covington, Dustin Poirier over at 170 for Dustin Poirier's final bout in the UFC, that is. But before I get started, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, click that notification to get all of this that is new from this channel, your channel, the one and only MMA Vision Analysis. Dustin Poirier this year got lucky, and very quickly that turned into the opposite of lucky. How do I mean? I mean that Arman Tsarukyan had the chance to fight the champion of the division, Islam Makhachev, the night of UFC 302. For whatever reason, and I think it's due to the fact that the guy is suspended because of the altercation he had last time around, I believe, UFC 300, when he fought Charles Oliveira on his way to the octagon. If I'm not mistaken, Arman Tsarukyan was involved in an altercation with a fan. We did not see that on TV, but it was talked about. During that night, it was talked about. Now, given the fact that the dude is out for months, or he did not want to take the fight, I'm not sure what's going on with Tsarukyan. Despite the fact that he was suspended, I think that the dude did not want to fight Islam Makhachev right away. I think that's a factual statement. Given the fact that Arman Tsarukyan did not fight Islam Makhachev the night of UFC 302, and Dustin Poirier finishing Benoit Saint-Denis in the way that he did, propelled Poirier to that title shot. Unfortunately for Poirier, he fell short to the champion of the division, Islam Makhachev. Personally, I don't think it takes anything away from Poirier. The fact that he lost to the champion of the division once again. First, it was Khabib Nurmagomedov, the guy that's never been defeated before. It takes nothing away from you to lose to a guy like Khabib. And obviously, the second time he lost to the champion of the division, the champion was in the form of Islam Makhachev, which is still the current lightweight champion of the UFC. Takes nothing away the fact that Poirier lost to those two guys, just because, I mean, Islam Makhachev lost once in the UFC. That was early on in his career. He's developed and become a much better fighter since those days. Obviously, Nurmagomedov retired undefeated. Khabib retired undefeated. A matter of fact, nobody aside from Al LaQuinta really gave Khabib any trouble. And I think the only reason Al LaQuinta looked as good as he did against Khabib is because it was a last-minute fight. Khabib was supposed to fight Tony Ferguson that night. If I'm not mistaken, it was MSG, Madison Square Garden, over in New York City. Now, what I'm trying to say here is that the legacy for Poirier is already cemented, just because the guys fought the who's who in his division and the adjacent divisions. At one point, Poirier was a featherweight fighter, which ultimately caused him losses, like the loss to Conor McGregor, due to the fact that he was extremely depleted when he had to make weight for that 145 division. But when he stepped up to 155, the star of Poirier started to shine brighter than ever. And like I said, he has faced the who's who in that division, the likes of Islam Makhachev, Khabib Nurmagomedov, Michael Chandler, Justin Gaethje, Benoit Saint-Denis, you name it. The guy's fought the who's who. Not to mention that he's fought Conor McGregor 3 times, defeated the guy twice. Okay? That being said, for Poirier, I don't think it's much of an option for him to stay in that lightweight division trying to climb back up to a title shot. How do I mean? It's not going to be straightforward for Poirier. The dude has to win like 3 to 4 fights before he bounces back up to that lightweight title shot. Now, here's what I'm thinking. I don't necessarily think that Poirier's next bout is going to be his final bout. That's given the fact that's if he was to win, it's not going to be his final bout. I can almost guarantee that. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, the guy takes a fight over at 170. let's say against a Colby Covington, which is a very close fight. These two are very similar in size, stature, you name it. Maybe Colby, maybe it's probably like an inch or two taller. Generally speaking, same stature. I believe that this fight would be a fantastic fight to be a co-main event, end of the year, for some kind of big card. I don't know if John Jones Stipe are going to fight end of this year. This is not looking likely, in all honesty. But I don't see this fight being necessarily a main event for a major card, but a co-main 5-round Colby Poirier. Let's do it. This fight sounds fun. Now, we know that Islam Makhachev has some unfinished business in the lightweight division. Let's say that Arman Tsarukyan fight happens. Maybe that Michael Chandler fills in for Arman Tsarukyan. But I don't think that Islam is going to be in that lightweight division much longer. I could be wrong. Maybe 1-2 fights maximum. This guy's going to fight the champion of the welterweight division sooner or later. And I'm talking about Islam Makhachev here. Now, when that spot's vacant, it is going to open doors for other fighters to capture that title. The likes of Gaethje, the likes of Poirier. And yes, I did just say Poirier, because if you think about it, all of these guys are coming off of losses. Chandler, Poirier, Gaethje, Benoit Saint-Denis. Who are we going to give a title hush to? Gamrot? I don't think that's possible at this point. Benoit Saint-Denis just got knocked out. Arman Tsarukyan, 9 months ban. And even then, I don't see how Tsarukyan can defeat the champion of the division, Islam Makhachev. Former lightweight champion Charles Oliveira, coming off a loss. So the top of that division is looking shakier than ever, in all honesty. Championed by Islam Makhachev, the guy who's pretty much defeated everyone, cleaned up the division, almost. The fight that he's supposed to fight, he's fought already. He's already fought Arman Tsarukyan. And now they're scheduled for a rematch. Well, they're not quite scheduled, but the potential of the fight is certainly on the table. But Tsarukyan is dealing with a suspension. So that's kind of ambiguous in terms of date. I do understand that Islam has to get back in that octagon, defend that title sometime before the end of this year. And I really think that Chandler fight's probably closer than ever, right? So maybe we'll see Chandler, Islam Makhachev for that lightweight belt. And later on, I really think that this guy's going to vacate that belt, or probably keep that belt and go for that champ status against the champion of the welterweight division, which is currently championed by Leon Edwards, a guy that has a fight, UFC 304, against Bilal Muhammad. A very tough fight for Leon Edwards, that is. Very interesting how things are going in that lightweight division and the welterweight division. I think that Poirier can use his time wisely, fight Colby Covington. If he gets a win, waits for Islam, see what happens with Islam. If Islam leaves that division, vacates that title, is going to open the door for all of these guys to get a title shot. Let me be honest. As long as Makhachev is champion of that division, all of those guys have a little to no chance of capturing that title. Once he vacates that position, then we can talk about Poirier again being a title contender. It's just how I look at it. If you made it this far, I appreciate you for sticking around. Please let me know what you think in the comments and like, subscribe for more.